prefer that sort of interaction because it's easier. It's easier to understand for me, an adult, than it is for a person. And I don't know, Dan, maybe if you want to expand on that a little.
On what particular note?
Is it easier for you to be with adults than it is for people your own age, or?
No. Well, with some adults, yes, and no, it depends on the person in general. A lot of the kids at Focus I can hang out well with easier because they can understand easier what I'm trying to say. Yeah, even though communications may not be completely clear at some points. So.
That's an excellent point, because one of the places that all of these guys feel safe is at Focus.
Yeah.
And it's part of that is because there were people that are alike and people that understand you and accept you, right? And Alex, you had said in one of your letters that you're allowed to practice being a teenager, right? At Focus.
It's a safe place.
And that nobody holds it against you if you make a mistake or things like that. So that whole acceptance, that people being willing to understand you and take the time to know you, right?
As my brother says, it's a social incubator.
Mm.
Yep, Emily's brother calls it a social incubator, Focus a social incubator, where you're allowed to have the time to grow and learn and make mistakes and even have meltdowns or whatever, and nobody seems to care. They seem to say, okay, how can we help? Because you guys are very kind to each other, and I think that goes a long way too. And having some similar interest, is that something that helps make relationships easier?
Perhaps Alex and Andy can speak to that, because
Yeah.
I know you guys you two love chatting about Star Wars with each other.
Yeah, so similar like for me, similar interests like are a big part of who I like to be around, like and talk, have conversations with. Yeah.
Like what are some of the interests that you and Alex have together?
Star Wars.
Is that it?
No, well, we like to talk about like other movies too, but the Star Wars is like the whole Star Wars like movie series,
Yeah.
the cartoon series as well, like them. So.
And music.
Yeah.
You and Alex can also talk about music.
Because we're both into Tom Petty. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, Alex?
Right.
What else, Lucas?
Well, Alex also shares some interest with some of the rest of us as well. Alex is a big video game person, and Emily and I also are big video game people. Dan, to a degree as well, as I often see you during free time playing video games with the other guys.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty as charged?
You're not on trial yet, don't worry.
Emily, what are some of the interests that you look for?
It's mostly like just similar interests as me, like the video games mostly, I guess, because that's my #1 interest.
Yep. And art.
Yes, and art.
And music.
Yep.
And your particular interest in music is what?
Oh, it's different.
You want to share it?
Not really.
Too shy to?
Yeah.
We will accept that, correct?
I share the same interest, and it is very difficult to explain. Yes, we could use up the rest of our time on just that.
Yeah. Well, you could say what you're interested in, right?
Well, one of my main interests is that I enjoy music from the end of playing it. I have several different musical instruments. I play piano, flute, woodwind of various types, and recently I've wanted to pick up, or try anyway, to see if I can get any notes out of the guitar, but I haven't had much luck with that yet. I also enjoy video games. Sharing a similar interest with someone makes it easier to connect with them, certainly. I mean, at Focus, if you see someone else playing video games, it's a good bet that, hey, if I go start a conversation with them, we might find something we have in common. So.
Well, I think one of the obstacles that people on the spectrum do have in communicating with people is that not everybody, but some kids just want to talk, rather than have a two-way conversation. And that's something that all of us have to work on, right?
That can be a big relationship killer, yes.
And how so?
Well, and I can speak from a bit of personal experience as well, because when I was younger, I had problems with recognizing when I was doing the same thing. It's when you are having a conversation with somebody, the best way to do it, the way we think of it at Focus, is that it's a two-way street. You have an outgoing lane and an oncoming lane. And if traffic in one lane is congested and only one lane is moving, you're not really having an equal exchange, and then people feel like they're not really being involved, or like you're not interested in what they're saying. And again, a relationship is about mutuality. It's about communication between two people that hopefully provides them with some sort of fulfillment of some kind.
So if you're only in that one lane, that other person might take the next exit and get off, right? And
Couldn't
say,
have said
I'm
it
done
better.
with this conversation, right?
Could not have said it better, taken a different route. So, yes, definitely communication and equal exchange are critical in relationships.
Andy, now you have a girlfriend,
Yep,
correct?
right.
And how did that, I don't mean how did that happen, but what kind of things are helpful about that, and what kind of obstacles were there in forming that kind of a relationship?
Well, I mean, just to talk about that, I would just say, like, if it's all right, like, you know how it happened is because she was at Focus.
Yeah.
So,
the dating capital.
but that helped. The reason I'm saying that is because it gave me the sense of like pride and but like the inner self-confidence to go, you know, and talk with her, and you know, like I knew like some of the stuff that she was interested in already because Donna was telling me about. But
You were also able to meet somebody within one of your comfort zones.
Yeah.
You didn't have to step outside a comfort zone to accomplish that, right?
Right, and also, like, you know, and by talking with her, like, just because she was at Focus and she was willing to be there, like, you know, and be with the kids like I am, like, I sort of had that common ground already, so.
And but since you've had this relationship, you've also gone out and started doing more things.
Oh, yeah,
which you hadn't
I
done
know that,
before.
and I've gone to New York with her. Like,
Yeah, he went to New York. He wouldn't leave Burlington for a while, but she got him to go to New York.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If we could say one thing about relationships, what would we want them to know? That we want to have relationships that
make us feel good. So.
Yep, and understand us, and what would you say?
And that in addition to that, sometimes as badly as we want to have relationships, our want and need for relationships comes out in ways that don't look like a want or need for a relationship, that may look like other things. So if you're working with us or giving us help or assistance, it's just important to remember to try and figure out what we need rather than look at what it looks like on the outside, get to the base cause, and then you'll be able to best understand what it is we're looking for.
And meet us halfway.
Precisely.
That's what we would like, right?
Right.
And
Yes.
and love us for who we are. All right. Take care.
Thank you for
Come
joining
again.
us.
Adios.